Okay, let us get back to our programming again. Today's topic is vectors in R. It is a fundamental and basic data structure in R. We can define a vector as a data structure which stores same atomic data type, homogeneous data type elements. Maybe all numeric, maybe all character, maybe all logical, maybe all the same data type. So it is the basic foundational data structure that is used in R. So we can create a vector using a function called C function. Then we can also use colon operator to define a range from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, something like that. And we can also use another function called sequence function, then another function called repetition function. So let us dive into creation of a vector. Suppose I want to create a vector v1, and v1 is created as C. Suppose I want to create 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is vector. So I'll print it. This is my vector. I can also type, I can also check what is the type of V1. Tell me what is the type of V1? It's a double numeric data type. If I keep all else, then it will become integer data type. So we can create, suppose I want to create another vector, maybe roots vector, where I will define certain fruits, apple, then cherry, then banana. So I can check the type of fruits. Where is that? C, I forgot C. Okay, C. Fine. So this is how we create vectors of different type. Then we can create vectors using a column symbol. I can create the same vector, let us say V3 as sequence 1 to 10, colon, not semicolon, but colon 1 to 10. And I can print it, right? So it is a simple vector even without using the C. Let me check whether I can work it with the characters. Okay, don't will not use it as a number. Only for numbers we can use it. V3, right? So with colon, and I can use sequence data. So sequence is the syntax is something like this: sequence and the starting value from and ending value to and by uh, how many, what is the jump, just like in for loop your increment. So let us create a vector x is sequence from 1 to 10 by 1. Then let us print it. So if I say by 2, I will get all the odd numbers. If I start with the 2, and I'll get all even numbers. This is the sequence command. So similarly, I can use a repetition command. If you want to repeat the same value again and again, so the syntax is repeat, and what is the value you want to repeat, and how many times you want to repeat it. Let us say y, repeat, suppose 10 for 5 times. So this is how we create a vector. So we can create numeric vectors, all the numeric values. Then we can create integer vectors with L as the at the end. For each number, we can create character vectors. We can create logical vectors with true and false. We can create complex vectors, 2 plus 3i, 1 plus 2i, so on and so forth. Now let us see what operations we can perform on these vectors. First of all, we can perform arithmetic operations on vector, just like we do with different variables. We can similarly perform arithmetic operations on the two different vectors. Let us say my vector x1, or let us call it as c1. Let us say c 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a1 vector. Next b1 vector, c 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I can perform just like a normal variable. I can add them. I can subtract them. I can multiply them. Element by element multiplication, just like a scalar product. So this is the addition: 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 4, 6, 3 plus 5, 8, 4 plus 6, 10, 5 plus 7, 12. And the subtraction: 1 minus 3, 2 minus 4, 3 minus 5, 4 minus 6, 5 minus 7. Then multiplication: 2 4 is 8, 3 5 is 15, 4 6 is 24, 5 7 is 35 vector. And what is one more aspect that we can find in this is recycle. Whenever something is not available, whenever dimensions don't match, it will recycle the things. For example, I have only two variables here, and I want to perform the addition with these two. What it will do? It will repeat these elements 3 4 3 4, so on. So if I talk about, of course, there is a warning, but still 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 4, 6. Again, 3, 4 are repeated. So 3 plus 3, 6, 4 plus 4, 8. Then 3 is repeated. 5 plus 3 is 8. This is how the remaining things will also be. This is known as recycle. Vectors will be recycling. And we have certain built-in basic functions that we can use with vectors. And such function is length of vector. We can use length function. We can use sum of a vector of all the elements if there are numbers. We can also use mean. I'll write it in single line. Length, sum, mean, then max of a vector. Min, of course, we'll in the parentheses we'll pass on the vector name. Min is a vector. Then sort, we can sort the vectors. Then we can also find unique values in the vectors. We can use these things, and you can name the vectors and we can use them. For example, I want the length of A1. A1. So length of A1 is because it has 5 elements, it is 5. Then I can have the sum of A1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 plus 3, 6, 10, 15 sum. And I can also have mean of A1. What is the mean? 15 by 5. 3 is the mean. And max of A1. 5. And min of A1. 1. So this is how you can find different values with already built-in functions. And let us see the naming, adding label to vector. For example, I have a vector called marks vector. And let us say your internal marks out of 40. In one subject you got 32, another subject you got 33, another subject you got 38, another subject you got 29, another subject you got, let us say, 30. These are the marks. But if I print, they will be printed just without any label, and you don't know C, right? C should be there. Yeah. So if you uh, print them, they will be printed without any label, but I want certain labels for them. So what I can do is I can create another vector and I can mask it, or otherwise I can say names function, and for that I am providing the names now. I am giving another vector, I am creating another vector. So first subject, let us say it is IDS, is the subject name. Then the second subject is DA. Then the third subject is ML. Then fourth subject is, what else you have? IDS, DA, then CN, then let us say BEFA, 5 are enough, right? Okay. Now, when you do this, it will be, you can access them. You can see the labels that are printed there. And you can even access marks of with the square brackets. Suppose I want IDS marks, then I can print IDS. Marks IDS, because it is a string, I had to use double quotes. So let us go further and see subsetting. Suppose you want to select only certain elements. For example, in the marks, I want only subsetting. What I'm discussing? Subsetting. I want to select only certain elements. So I want only first element. Suppose I want first three elements, or that is, you are selecting only certain elements out of the total elements. And I may want to exclude first element. Then what I will do, I will say mark -1. So it has excluded the first element. So if you see, it has excluded the third element, ML. So with negative sign, we can exclude negative sign is used to exclude elements in vector. You can also use logical value. For example, I can use true false. Suppose I want to print that value, I will use uh, true. Suppose I want to print only the first two elements. True is C of, I will create a vector of logical elements. True, true. Third element I don't want, so I will keep false. Fourth element I don't want, I'll keep false. And fifth element I want, so I will keep true. This is a vector. And I will call it as, suppose in marks, I want this vector. Mm, Indexing. So these parameters should not be used for indexing. So I should use. So what it has done, it has presented me only the values which for which I have provided true, and it has removed the values which are. So I can also call elements which are greater than uh, 30, let us say, or 35 marks. Indexing out of the marks that are greater than 35. According to our values, which are greater than 35, this one is alone. 35, yeah, only ML38. Or greater than 30, obviously this thing should come into picture. So these are the basic things which I wanted to discuss about vectors. In the next class, we'll talk about matrices, which are two-dimensional vectors. two-dimensional vector. Simply, two vectors are combined into a matrix. Thank you.